everybody, I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen. And today we're going to teach you how to make Salsa Verde. And this is a green salsa that's made with tomatillos, jalapenos, bell peppers and onions, garlic and cilantro. So it's not red. It can be red if you want to put some chipotles in it, but for today we're just going to make the verde kind, green. And let's go see how we make this. Okay, so let's get started. I'm just going to go over what I have on my baking sheet here. I have my oven preheated to about 400 degrees. We're going to roast off all the vegetables first, and then we're going to come back and put everything in the food processor and make this delicious salsa. Any salsa verde, most salsa verdes, mine anyway, start with the base of tomatillo. And if you do not know what tomatillo are, to the best of my recollection, tomatillo are in the gooseberry family, and you will notice that they have this papery husk on the outside, and all you have to do is peel that husk away, and you can grab it like a corn husk and twist it off. It's going to be a little sticky because it's kind of got a sap on it. Rinse it off, and then you can just cut it in half. Let me grab a knife, and I've actually cut mine in some quarters here. And you can see what they look like on the inside. They don't look like a tomato, but they kind of do look like a tomato. They're not tomato-like at all. They're very tangy. And if you were to taste one, how would I describe it? It's very fresh. It's almost got a crispness to it like an apple, but it's got a very green flavor to it. It's tangy, and it's just really, really verdant and fresh. So
that's got its own taste.
It does have its own taste. But it's got a tanginess to it. It's really bright. Almost citrusy. So these are really good. You can make this salsa without roasting it, but I highly recommend you roast it for to get the most flavor out of everything. Now, I have about 8 tomatillos, and the largest tomatillo I have ever seen in my life, I actually had to cut it in 6 pieces because it was so big. You can make as little or as much of this as you want. I'll put measurements in my recipe. You can get that at noreenskitchen.com. You can print it out and keep it for yourself. I have 2 medium sweet onions. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have about 8 cloves of garlic that are peeled. I have 4 semi-large jalapeno peppers that I have de-seeded and cut the membrane out of. And I have 4 somewhat small bell peppers that I just picked out of my garden today. Cut the tops off, took the stems and the seeds out. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to get a little bit of olive oil, because you don't want to roast these dry. You can also roast these off in a skillet on top of your stove. Then you have to babysit everything. Who wants to do that? I'm going to get a little bit of salt. Not too much, just enough. Last time I made Salsa Verde, I oversalted it. Nothing is worse, because then you go to salt it afterward, and you know how that goes. So it doesn't matter. Just get everything kind of coated with a little bit of this oil. It doesn't matter how it goes on the pan. We're going to toss this in a 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes or less. Check it at 10. Wipe off my hands. In this goes. And we'll be back when it's ready to come out, and we'll get the food processor out and make salsa. Okay, these are ready to come out of the oven. And they're perfect. That's exactly how I want them to look. The garlic is starting to soften a little, and everything is just starting to slump down. The tomatillos are getting juicy. The peppers are getting softened. And now I'm going to go ahead and put these in the vessel of my blender. You can use your food processor, your blender. If you have like a Ninja, you might have to do it in batches.
Batches.
We don't need those thinking batches. Wrong. Not badges. It's batches, not batches. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in the vessel of my blender, and then we'll come back and we'll blend this all together with a few other ingredients. Okay, we have this in the blender, and now we're going to add, I have a bunch of cilantro. I just tore the tops off, no big deal. I am going to add a glug more olive oil. That is optional. You don't have to do that. I feel like it gives it a nice silky texture. I'm going to add, and don't worry, I will put measurements. I kind of just free pour. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And I would normally use fresh lime juice, but I don't have any limes today, so I'm going to use a couple of tablespoons of key lime juice that I always keep in my fridge. Now we're going to wazz it up. Put your lid on. Remember, these ingredients are hot from the oven, so put a towel on the top and puree. And that's all she wrote. Now you have salsa verde. My way. Oops. It is gorgeous. You can wait for it to cool down. It smells so good. It smells good. Smell it. Smell it. I'm going to get a little spoon. I know it's hot, but I'm going to be using this to make some chicken salsa verde. I'm going to taste it for salt. That's good. I think I'm going to hold off on the salt. There's a piece of jalapeno that didn't come off the spoon. Oh well. Somebody who's lucky will find that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Alright, and this is not spicy at all. I don't know if you noticed that, but it's not spicy at all. Because we took all of the seeds and the membrane out of the pepper, so it's not spicy at all. Now this may change color as it cools. It may get a deeper green. After you wazz things up, they tend to get a little whiter. So don't worry about that. You can keep this in your fridge for an indefinite amount of time. I would say you should use it within 3 months. There's a lot of acid in here, and it's going to just taste better the older it gets. You may have to add a little more salt here and there, but it's all going to be great. I'm going to use this, like I said, in some chicken salsa verde in my pressure cooker. You'll see that in another video. And yeah, delicious salsa verde. I hope that you give this a try, and I hope that you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you liked what you watched today, and I hope that you try it, and I hope that you love it. If you like what you saw, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and giving me a positive rating. And also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're already not a subscriber, so that you don't miss out on any of the fun we have here in our kitchen every single day. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to come by tomorrow. Until next time, happy eating!